Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show live entertainment lifestyle talk show series. It's nice to see all your smiley faces. It is a Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. We had a very busy weekend here. We were on the air with multiple episodes of our show this past weekend. If you saw, we had Adam Sandberg, who is the CEO and artistic director, as well as Tony-winning producer, but the artistic director and CEO of the Hermitage Artist Retreat in Florida. We had a wonderful conversation with him on Saturday afternoon, and you can see that episode on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. That followed on Saturday night by Hollywood legendary actress and so much more. Emmy-nominated producer and actor Lee Purcell was with us on Saturday night. And then Sunday, another epic conversation with my buddy, Ryan Kelly from Celtic Thunder, wonderful Irish singer, songwriter, musician. We've known each other many years, interviewed him multiple times on PBS, and we had an epic conversation. He was live from Ireland yesterday afternoon, and it was really an amazing show. Thousands of people have been watching that show. They watched it live, and they're continuing to watch it on our YouTube channel. It's extraordinary. We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. There are well over 400 episodes of the Jim Masters Show live entertainment lifestyle talk show series since we started late April, early May, that are available for your binge watching and enjoyment with guests from Broadway, Hollywood, television, film, music, culinary arts, sports, comedy, inspiration, guests that come from all around the world. And as you guys know, this is an extension of my professional work as a television and radio personality, presenter, host, journalist, actor, writer, producer, stage MC, voiceover artist, and more for a long time. And we turned on the lights back in late April, early May, and the rest is history. We also came up with the word levity when I was saying light, love, and levity a little too fast. So all the viewers call themselves the Lovities. They call me Mr. Levity. They call this Levity Hall. And again, we always have a good time, inspiring conversations, amazing guests, and lots of surprises and lots of levity here for you. We toast all of you. We welcome you in style on this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. Thanks for all of your comments, all of your tweets, the Instagram posts and private messages, the Facebook messages, the sharing of the links, and of course, those of you who are now part of our new Facebook group, JMS Live, Levity Hall. Thanks for all the comments and the posting there as well. Good to see everybody. And we toast you in style. Sip, sip. We always have a good time here on the Jim Masters Show Live. And there's a multitude of comments already here. We've got amazing guests, Angela Bacari and Nicolas King. They're extraordinary vocalists and performers. Going to join us in just a second. We welcome everybody. And as I mentioned, love it if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, and share the channel as well. Important to share the channel so that way other folks, your friends, your family, colleagues can enjoy all the levity. Again, it's amazing. We've been doing this show 7 days a week, just about since late April, early May. And that's playing off my professional work during the day. And then in the evening, we do these shows. And on the weekend, sometimes we do 2 shows a day if we have guests that are from other time zones. So it's crazy, but it's incredible. And it's been a blessing and a joy. So definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our amazing content on our channel. Tess LaBella, our dear friend, who's been a guest on the show a number of times now, and she bakes really good chocolate chip cookies. I know from experience. Right, Tess? Hi, Jim. She's got hearts and smiles, and so happy to be here in Levity Hall with you again and greet your special guests, Angela and Nicholas. Absolutely. And yes, we've been very well. We had the second vaccine shot, so we're good to go. Second one last Wednesday, and we're solid. I think 2 weeks after that, and then things kick in and we're good. Good to see you, Tess. And Leslie says, hi, Jim and Tess. Good to see you, Leslie. Crystal is watching in Connecticut. Hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Looking forward to an exciting show with amazing music, inspiration, conversation, and levity. Always with levity. Mary Bishop is in Florida, and she says, hello, Jim and fellow levities. Good to see you as well, Mary. In Wozniak, good evening, Jim and all levity family. Hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday or a wonderful day. I guess I'm considering this a holiday, right? Every day with you guys is a holiday. A day filled with smiles and sunshine. Absolutely. It was a beautiful day. We are just a couple blocks from the ocean. And in between being on the air in my professional work this afternoon, switching hats, we took a bike ride and then a fabulous walk right along the coast today. And it was really, really beautiful. Everybody is out today enjoying the sunshine along the coast. Juanita is here. Hello, Jim and Lovely Squad. Hope everyone is doing great. Juanita watches in South Africa, and we love when Juanita is here. We love when all of you are here on our show. And Tess says she loves all the Lovities. So do we. And Leslie Cummings is here. Hello, fellow Lovities. Welcome. Good to have you with us. Leslie, so many people have been discovering our show, and sometimes I can't believe we've done over 400 episodes. That's longer than some TV series last. Good evening, Jim and Lovities. Nice to see everyone tonight. Kathy Short's watching in Cleveland, Ohio. She's always here. Claudia Bartow is here. Hello. Willie is watching from the Netherlands. She's always here from Holland. Hello, everyone. Good to see the show and my friends. Willie, always cool to see you here. Welcome to the Jim Master Show Live, as always. And Anne is watching from Southern California, and she says, hello, all you beautiful Lovities. Great to be here live. Absolutely. Again, I know a lot of you like to participate because we do these shows unscripted live. And some of you, if you missed the episode, you can binge it on our YouTube channel later on. Good to see you, Ann, in Southern California. And Claudia says, hope everybody has a good day. You as well. Kathleen's watching in New York City. Hey, Jim, hope you had a good weekend. Absolutely a busy weekend. Good to see you, Kathleen, as well. Crystal in Connecticut says, Jim, I love your shirt. Thank you very much, Crystal. I appreciate that. Good to see you there watching in Connecticut. And oh boy, a whole host of comments coming in here. Cheers to you, Jim and Lovities, from Kathleen. Christine Clifton in North Carolina. She says, good evening, Jim and Lovity friends. Welcome singers Angela and Nicholas to the show tonight. Excited they can join us in Lovity Hall. I know there's fantastic music ahead, and cheers. Nice to see all of you here. Merlin is in Canada. Nice to see you, Merlin. We welcome you. And Michael is here. Good to see you. Hey, everybody, and good to see you, Michael. Bacari is here. Wonderful. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Always good to see you here in Lovity Hall. And Claudia says it was a beautiful day in here in Missouri. Felt very much like spring. And Janet McClure says, hi from Indianapolis, Indiana. And Mike says, love to all the Lovities. Good to see you as well, my friend. We're very excited again to have two terrific guests. One is in New York, the other one in Rhode Island. And we're so excited. First, we have Angela here, Angela Bacari. She's amazing. And again, if you followed her career, you know that she has spent years gracing stages from New York City to Las Vegas as an accomplished vocalist. She's known for the song Baby, I'm Yours. And some of her many television appearances include The Tonight Show, The Dinah Shore Show, The Merv Griffin Show, and so much more. All the classic, legendary television hosts and presenters, of course. And she's really amazing. She's a very spirited individual. She's so talented, and she loves what she does. And she really loves time with her audience. And I think that's wonderful. That's a really nice shot here. We also have more photos. We're going to show you, like a fabulous photo like this one, huh? Very excited to have her here on the show. Nicholas King is also joining us. He is from New York, and he's joining us as well. We're excited to have him. He has been performing since age 4. When he was first seen on Broadway in Beauty and the Beast, then in 1,000 Clowns opposite Tom Selleck, and Hollywood Arms, directed by Hal Prince, all before age 12. Other credits include 8 consecutive annual performances on the Jerry Lewis MDA telethon. I miss those telethons so much. Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center, The View, Today's Show, Liza and David, Sally Jesse Raphael, and of course twice on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Other career highlights include originating the role of Oscar on Discovery Kids, Kenny the Shark, as well as over 24 national television commercials too. His Oscar Mayer Lunchables commercial went international and won the Golden Marble Award in 1998. That's just the short list, gang. Very honored to welcome them both to the show live. Here is Angela and Nicholas. Welcome, gang, to the Jim Master Show Live.
Hi, everybody.
Good to see you, Nicholas and Angela. Good to see you.
So nice to see you too.
So Jim, I'm off and yeah, I go on my phone. I don't think it'll skip like this.
If you
Can
go,
I try?
if you
I'll
switch,
enter the studio. See what you say. Switched.
well, look at that. There's two of you. You have a wait. You have a twin sister. Actually,
You have a twin sister.
the lighting is better, so we're going to get rid of the first one.
The other one. There,
Turn the other one off.
there you go.
Yeah. We're all set. We're all set. Everybody
I don't
relax.
think we can handle two Angelas. One is
No.
All set. Everybody relax. One is set.
Now, the only thing that's happening is there's
turn
an
off
echo.
the device.
You have an echo, and
How's
that's
that?
Well, let's
yes. Let's see. Say a few things.
talk to her.
Hi.
Oh,
Good.
it worked.
Perfect. You're all set. You're all set.
Okay.
Now we
I
don't see
switched-
your beautiful Christmas lights. So
Oh, that's all right. Oh, I can show them to you. There they are. All right.
There you are. No,
I
but
don't
we
even
see your
know.
beautiful
I
face,
know.
which is better. The lighting is better. No, that's great.
Oh, good. So you're on my phone, so that's better.
this is
Fantastic.
perfect now.
I hope this isn't a collect call.
No. Hey,
Merlin.
I heard you say hi to a girl. Her name is Janet McClure.
Yes, she's watching from
I can't
believe
believe it. She's
it's Indianapolis.
yeah, I can't believe it. Hi, Janet. My goodness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And of course,
I thought we were on an episode of Larry King. Cleveland, hello.
Cleveland, hello.
50 states represented.
Welcome you to Levity Hall. Merlin is watching from Ontario, Canada.
Hi,
She
Merlin.
welcomes you guys. And Anne in
Wow.
Florida, Jacksonville. Welcome, Angela and Nicholas.
Thank you.
This is the levity we were talking about, all the levity
Okay.
coming on the show.
You keep saying levity, and I keep thinking Sweeney Todd. I think we feel like we need to bust into "It's the best show in London." That's what I feel like.
Jeez.
London,
Warm
yes.
love, everybody. It's very, very sweet to meet all of
We
you.
welcome you both to the show from Kathy in Cleveland, and Claudia Bartow says welcome from Missouri. Tess LaBella, of course, is here. She goes,
Yes,
woo-hoo.
my buddy.
Applause.
And
Yeah.
Freddie.
Now
Tess
I've
is
heard
wonderful.
I heard that Tess makes cookies, but I've never had them. So I'm
Oh no.
jealous here,
Yeah.
that Jim, that you've had them and I haven't.
Yeah, but you've got to really work out after you have them because she doesn't send just 5.
I know.
Gee.
Oh, wait a
Jim.
minute. No, I'm wrong. She did send me cookies. She sent them in the mail at the beginning of
In
quarantine.
the mail, yes.
Yes,
That's
and
when I got
shared
them.
with so I'm totally wrong. I don't know why I said that, but they were delicious. I remember. them.
Yes, we got
Remember.
the chocolate chip, and then I think the second
Yeah.
batch were Christmas cookies, which were amazing.
But I
Amazing.
got the chocolate chip, and they were pretty dynamite.
Tess says, Angela and Nicholas, I love you both. Welcome to
Oh.
Levity Hall. And Christine Clifton says, welcome, Angelo and Nicholas to the that was the twin that was on earlier.
Right. Angelo left.
Yeah. Angela and Nicholas to JMS Live tonight. So thrilled to have you here with us. You're both now Lovities, which is fantastic. And Christine goes, sorry, Angela.
Hi. And you know what? I had the pleasure to stay at Tess's house in Florida.
In Florida, yeah.
I was working, doing some jobs, and then Nicholas was working, and I got to stay with her and Freddie. And oh my God, does she cook? Oh,
Doesn't she?
That- oh my gosh, she should have her own cooking show.
Absolutely. Juanita in South Africa says, welcome to the show, Angela and Nicholas. Kathleen in New York
Oh,
City.
nice.
Welcome, Angela and Nicholas. Enjoy the Levity. Mary Bishop in Florida says, hello, Angela and Nicholas. Welcome to Levity Hall. Willie watching. She is in the Netherlands where it's 1 a.m. in the morning. Welcome, Angela and Nicholas. Have fun with our gym. Crystal in Connecticut says, hi, Angela and Nicholas. Welcome to Levity Hall. And
Oh,
that's just a few of the wonderful Lovities saying hello.
I feel the love.
And yeah. Good to see everybody. So how are you guys doing with all the craziness we've had to go through the last year or so? How have you stayed creative and connected and sane through it all?
You first, Nani. Go for it.
Well, I've had the pleasure of kind of chilling for a while. I have to say that, and I don't like the reason why, but I've been keeping really busy. You know, I have my work, and I have students that come. I've had students come with masks, and you know, we kept all the protocol, and you know, my girls live nearby, so we've kept it kind of like close knit. But we've we've had good times. And Nicholas, of course, he comes here and does his show every week for Sardella's. It's a virtual show, so I get to see him and hear that. So, and we're all vaccinated, so that's the good part. I mean,
Yes.
there's just there's so much, and that I manage Billy, Gilman, and I'm very busy with him, and we've got a lot of things going, so that keeps me going. And I even got to sing a couple of the shows for Nicholas a few times, so that was fun.
That's fantastic. And how about you, Nicholas? How have you been hanging in there? Keeping busy?
I'm like my grandmother. I think our entire lives. I mean, she's been doing this slightly longer than I have.
Yeah.
The two of us have been go since we're really young, and I think this was the first time in our history that we were forced to sit still. And I don't think either Angela or I know what life is without working. I mean, it's what you do. You get up and you go, and you suitcase together, and you got all this. And so now without that, it's like, oh my gosh, how do I fill my days? So I took up a lot of hobbies actually at the beginning of quarantine when I didn't know how long this stuff would last. And I did a creative writing class. I took a vocal class with the New York Voices, one of my favorite jazz groups of all time. I took a psychology course online from Yale. I took a couple of road trips. Like, I tried to do things that I've always wanted to do that I never had time to do. Right. And that was pretty fun. And then in the interim, I decided to make a record. So I had plenty of time, and I worked on this record for a very long time, and I'm so thrilled. It was released February 22nd everywhere, in all the stores and online and all that stuff. And that was really fun to put together. It's a retrospective. It's a look back at my last 25 years in show business, and it was really fun. And I'm just waiting for my grandmother to put together her respective record. My God, that'd be like a 4-disc set.
You working on that, Angela?
only if he produces it.
Oh, I'll produce it. Don't you? I wouldn't let anyone else touch it. Are you kidding?
Oh my gosh, Lynn. Now I've got to start thinking. Ooh, there's so many songs. I have, I just remember some of my first albums that I did, and going back then, Jim, there was no fixes in the studios. It was basically one take. If you didn't sing in tune, boy, that's what came out. And, you hear it with all different artists throughout the years, of course, but I'm talking about me personally. That was some experience. And now today we stop, we redo, we stop, we redo, but it wasn't like it back then. And I listen to my albums and I go, oh, I was pretty much in tune, pretty good, Okay. And I love that. And the other thing that blows my own mind is because I really took care of my voice, all the years. I really did. I didn't smoke. I didn't even drink, I was boring, but I really took care of my throat. And a lot of my charts I have downstairs in my studio. I have all over the counter there's charts from all the shows that I did for years. And I'm still doing the same keys. And I'm in my 70s. I won't tell you how 70 I am, but I really don't care. I don't care about age, I mean, it's only a number, like Mike Renzi always says. It's just a number. It's how you feel,
Absolutely.
But I can still do it in my same keys, and that's from being very well taught when I was young.
Yeah.
Very well taught. And my main thing with what I say all the time is, if you master the correct way to sing when you first learn it, you'll never lose your voice. And that's the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I have to say, discipline. My grandmother's very good at when it's showtime, it's go time. But when you're off the stage, it's like, this goes off. Let's talk. And you got to have discipline, especially when you're someone like her who used to do 9-10 shows a week somewhere, different sets everywhere. You got to maintain care of the instrument.
Oh, big time.
For me on Broadway, I got her advice all the time, because I was doing 8 shows a week, and she would say, all right, now this is it. Now we got to, it's when you get to the theater, now it's time. When we come home, now we got to take care of that thing, so I will say discipline is something that this woman is very, very good at when it comes to her chops, and the proof is in the pudding, clearly.
Absolutely.
So true.
How did you first get started, Angela?
My mother used to bring me downtown. They had a little radio show called Buddy and the Gang, and
Yeah.
she used to dress me all up in a little gown, and we'd walk downtown, and I'd get in the studio, and they had a little piano player, and I'd step on a stool and sing my one song every week, and I started doing it like that, and I started playing the piano by ear, so then she started giving me piano lessons. My mother sent me for piano lessons I think I took for 12 years straight, so it was just a constant. But when I got out of high school, I got married soon. But after I got married a little while later, I just got an offer to audition for the Playboy circuit. And do you guys remember that, the Playboy circuit?
Sure, yeah.
You do? Well, I mean, I really got the jobs, and I was all over the place in all different cities, LA, everywhere. And boy, if you don't learn how to handle an audience doing Playboy clubs, you'll never learn. Because I was the singer, but there were those bunnies, that the men came in to see. So you had to really work it, to keep that audience interested while you're singing. And
by the way, we have singing tonight available, right?
Oh. And we used to do 3 shows a night there, every night, and we'd have one day off.
Right.
So yeah, those are the days. That's how I got started. And, then you meet people as you travel, and all the other opportunities open up. I mean, there's so many. I mean, I could talk all night on all the opportunities, but.
What would you say is the big one? What was the one that really opened up the door for you?
I think there was 2. Getting the opportunity to record for RCA, and I had a Billboard Pick Hit of the Week with that, Baby I'm Yours, and then going to Vegas with Rodney Dangerfield.
One of my favorites.
Yeah,
Dangerfield, Phyllis Diller. I mean,
I worked with all of them.
They were the greats.
All of them. And he called my house one day in New Jersey, and he said, "Hi, this is Rodney Dangerfield." And I always tell this story. I go, yeah, and I'm the Queen of Sheba. And I hung up. So he calls me back, and he goes, "This is Rodney Dangerfield." And I go, "Yeah," I knock it off, and I hang up again. Right?
Yeah.
Now he calls back the 3rd time, and he goes, "Ed Sommerfeld." And I went, "Oh my God." Ed Sommerfeld was my agent at William Morris, and it was also his agent. So I said, "Oh my God, I am so sorry. Is this really you?" He goes, yes. "Listen, I want to take you to Las Vegas." And he talked very fast. "I want you and your group to come to Las Vegas and open the show for me." I thought I was going to faint. What? But long story short, we did. We ended up going to Vegas with I had an 8-piece group, and we traveled everywhere together for years. And we went there. Once we were there, he wouldn't let us go home. After the 2-week run, he insisted I stay for his whole 2-month run. And I said, "But Rodney, I have kids. I can't stay away that long." He goes, "Oh, don't worry. We'll fly them down here. They can stay with us. I'll fly my kids down too." So my kids got out of school and stayed in Vegas with me, and they had a blast.
That's incredible.
That was one of my, but the biggest part of that was when I got off the plane, because the band, the poor guys, they had to drive down, but I got to fly. When I got off the plane, we're riding towards the Tropicana, and I look up and I see the billboard, and I thought, I just started to cry, because he had his name really big and mine was right under it, not much smaller than his. And I literally thought, "Oh my God, this is real." And it was just one thing after another. I met Johnny Carson. I met so many stars down there. It was just great. But that's the start of it.
That's fantastic. That really is fantastic. And of course, you were also on the Dinah Shore Show. Tell us about that experience.
Oh, that was I had a friend that in Jersey, because I was living in New Jersey too. I had moved out, of course, out of Rhode Island. I was living in Jersey, that knew the director and was also friends with Bill Cosby. I think you remember him. So anyway, he was co-hosting her show, and they asked if he could bring me on as a guest. He said, sure. He didn't know one thing about me, but he just said, okay. So we flew down there, and I just got on. It was so easy to get on through him. And that's, I sat on the panel and talked with her and everything. And it was unbelievable. That was a a treat. But it was you know how you know someone and it knows someone and it knows someone,
Yeah.
and if you're good enough, you'll get it.
Exactly.
Is that
Well,
my picture? Oh, there it is. There we
we've
are
got
on
a clip. Yeah, we're going to take a
Oh,
look
I
at
see
the
it.
clip of you actually on the Dinah Shore show. Do you remember the others that were on the panel with you? Who was joining you?
I can't remember their names. One was a ventriloquist, and
Ah,
the other, yeah, I can't remember. Do you know who they are, Nicholas?
I don't, but I'm just going to suggest to Jim just to fast forward about a minute because there's a whole bunch of chatter, and about a minute into it is when it gets going.
all right. We're going to move that right now as we
Go
speak
right along.
live.
I've watched this plenty. There we go.
Right about there. That should be
Yeah,
good.
That's good.
All right, gang, let's enjoy Angela Bacari
no.
on the Dinah Shore show.
Oh,
See the USA in a Chevrolet. And here we go.
Bacari, and she is a
Singer.
marvelous singer.
Oh, sorry,
Singer,
marvelous.
we're on television.
I'm ad-libbing.
Oh, we'll write those words out. If they're too long for you, let me know.
Thank you, Stanley.
Angela Bacari.
You looked inside my fantasies, made each one come true. Something no one else had ever found a way to do. I've kept the memories one by one since you took me in, and I know I'll never love this way again. I know I'll never love this way again, so I keep holding on before the world is gone. Yes, I know I'll never love this way again. Oh, God. Oh, God. Will is tomorrow, reaching back for yesterday. I won't turn my head in sorrow, and if you should go away, I'll stand here and remember just how good it's been, and I know I'll never love this way again. I know I'll never love this way again, so I keep holding on before the world is gone. Yes, I know I'll never love this way again. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Okay, cut it.
Because it's
Whew.
It brings back memories. How do you feel when you see that?
Funny.
You feel funny?
Goosebumpy
Yeah.
and going for the notes like, okay, hit it.
Yes. I mean, as you were doing it, you were saying that to yourself?
Yes, hit the note, hit the
but
note.
actually watching back at it.
Yeah,
What?
you're right. You're right. Well, Tess says, wow. And Geraldine says, fabulous. And Mary Bishop says, beautiful voice.
Oh,
Angela and Crystal says, very beautiful voice and fantastic
It's
voice.
so good. Are you kidding? There's so many modulations in this thing. I mean, first of all, the arrangement is just, I could go on and on. I could give commentary on this, but I won't, except to just say it's one of my favorite things that I've ever seen, and I love it. And I'm so thrilled that it's up on YouTube for the entire world to see. It's one of the first things I do whenever I meet people and they say, your grandmother's a singer. I go, wait,
Oh,
let's get on the YouTube and let's watch.
oh boy.
So how does that make you feel when you see her doing that and knowing, the legend of her background?
I love it. I get so excited about. Well, I've been seeing her do this since some of my earliest memories of life. So, to see her, I mean, it's a masterclass, to watch it. And her breath control. For any of you that are singers out there, it's the breath control that kills me when I watch that. And I go, God, she's this big and she's got all this breath control, these lungs, and you just nail it. My God, but I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, that you've got great lungs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what have you learned from her over the years that has enhanced your performance as well, Nicholas?
I learned how to order a proper margarita at a bar.
That's always a plus.
See, here's what she does. What she really just wants is tequila. But, to order a tequila, it's like $16. But instead, she'll order a margarita, which is usually about 10, but order without the triple sec, without the sour mix, and that's it. So it's just tequila and lime, and they only charge you 10. It's genius.
He goes, why don't you just order a margarita? I go, tequila. And I would, no, margaritas are cheaper.
No, it's $16 on the rocks, but you get it that way.
You get that is funny.
Jim, there's so many stories. I mean, I sit here and I look at my grandson, and the joy. My career's slowed down now, and my joy is.
Knock it off. Slowed down. My foot slowed down. You're the busiest woman I know.
Look at that shot there, huh?
Yeah, that was Vegas.
Yeah,
that was one of the Vegas shots. Oh, that's Sergio.
Sergio. His wife Ava is a dear friend of mine. Do you know Ava, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, we do.
She's a wonderful person.
Do you know Ava?
Nicholas and Liza.
Oh.
That was just before he was going on stage at the out in New York.
That was in Las Vegas
with Liza Minnelli there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, that is Vegas.
Can I show you what I'm wearing? Oh, they're cute. Can I show you? In the mail today, a friend of mine sent this to me because they know how much I love Liza. You ready for this? It's a Liza Minnelli T-shirt from the Carnegie Hall concert. And I said, when am I ever going to be able to wear this thing out in public? But isn't this a great shirt?
Why? Oh my God.
I had to wear it for you guys tonight.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You had to die when you got that.
Oh my God. Do my friends know me or what?
They sure do, huh?
Oh,
look at this shot.
That was at Provincetown last year. See our mask in the hand?
And who do we, for the audience's edification, who do we have with you?
That's Mike Renzia, the most amazing keyboard accompanist. What can we say? So many.
Yes.
There's so many words.
Musicians and arrangers, accompanists in the history of
How did you guys connect with him? How did that relationship happen?
Prison.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Well, you go first, because you crossed paths with him before I did. So.
Well, one day I was working in the studio with Liza, and he was in another studio that day, and somebody mentioned that, hey, Mike Renzi's in the other studio. I went, I'm from Rhode Island. He's from Rhode Island. I got to go say hello. So I go in there and I say hello to him and everything, and I said, and we meet, and then Liza, I go back and tell her, she goes running in to see him because she loves him, and they even did a little song together. So that's how Mike and I first met, even though we're from the same area. And then we're back here now, and Nicholas, we go to Newport, and he was playing there, or no, he was just there.
He was just hanging out. He
hanging out.
Bought a house in Newport, and he would just be back, and he sat in on a gig that my aunt, Angela's daughter, my mom's sister, Lisa Ferraro, happened to be performing on. And I drove up with Lisa, and he was playing, and I got up and I sang something ridiculous like Mac the Knife or something awful.
Yeah, right.
One of the worst songs ever. And I got up and I did, and I just snapping away. And we all went out for pizza after till about 3 o'clock in the morning. And at the end of the night, Mike says to me, Nicholas, if you ever want someone to play for you,
that's how he talks.
If you want someone to play, I'll play for you. And I thought, there's no way. I mean, this man has worked with Horn and Peggy Lee and Jack Jones and Marie McGovern and Eartha Kitt, and he gave Dinah Carl piano lessons. I mean, this man is so genius. He did all the music for Sesame Street and All My Children. He ain't going to work with me, So I called his bluff. I called him about a month later. I said, Mike, I've got this gig in East Greenwich, Rhode Island. It pays about $100. You got to bring a keyboard and we got to sing for 5 hours. You want to do it? And he went, sure. He's such a mensch, he's such a cool dude. And he showed up, and that's it. And I can honestly say I have played only a handful of gigs without him since. He's been my main squeeze, so to speak. From that,
and he almost joined us tonight too, right, Angela? He was almost going to be with us.
He did. He said, "Please tell you he's sorry he couldn't make it." But I'll tell you the one thing that blows my mind with him and Nicholas. I mean, he's around my age, and Nicholas is 30, and their minds are so together. What?
I'm not 30 yet.
Oh, sorry, 29.
Don't rush it.
And their minds.
10 years from now, when you talk to him again, he'll still be 29.
Exactly. But their minds click with the genre that Nicholas knows all the songs that Mike knows. It's just freaky. I hear them.
All the good stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And Mike knows every word to every song. He knows all the verses. He's played for Peggy Lee, Lena Horne. I mean, Barbra Streisand. The list goes on and on. I mean, he's Tony Bennett, and he's brilliant, and he's got all his awards on the piano.
I think the easier list is to say who he hasn't worked with. I think
probably.
If you know them, he works with them. And there's a wonderful radio station that I'd love to recommend to all of you listeners.
Oh, yes.
The music. It's called Legends 100.3, and it broadcasts out of Palm Beach County, Florida.
Oh yeah, Dick Robinson.
Dick Robinson.
Yeah, there you go.
I know Dick,
You don't have to live in Palm Beach County to listen.
No.
Download the app on your phone. I don't even work for them, and I'm doing a commercial right now. Hello. But they play us a lot, and they play about every other, maybe third song happens to be Mike Renzi, because his catalog is just so enormous. And I love that anytime I tune on, the odds of me hearing Mike are pretty great.
So, Angela, what part of Rhode Island did you grow up in?
I'm in Westerly, Rhode Island, right near Watch Hill. Taylor Swift bought a house down in Watch Hill.
Is that where you grew up in Rhode Island initially?
And I'm in the same house. I moved here into this house when I was 16. And when I came back off the road and I moved back here, I got married again, and I met the most wonderful man, and he opened up this house. It was only a 4-room ranch house. Now it's this big house, and he added rooms on. We have a big music room.
Well, Abraham Lincoln built it, so it was so they had to expand it, naturally.
So you've been to Federal Hill and some of those great restaurants in Providence over the years, I'm sure, huh?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I listen. Years ago, when my one of my records was coming out, I used to come home here to sing, and on Federal Hill, I better not go there because I'm going to name some of those names.
Don't do it. They're still alive.
Depends on the names.
Don't do it.
Well, his name was Raymond Patriarca. Have you heard of those names?
No, I haven't. No.
I'm going to log off.
Yeah.
Well, just say what happened.
No, I've never heard. No, I know nothing.
Well, anyway, he was a wonderful man, and he just, they all had positions, whatever their positions were.
I think I see a sniper right out my window.
but he was he wanted to help me. He was, you telling me not to talk, Nick?
Well, just be discreet. That's all.
Oh yeah. No, the funniest part about it, I mean,
is that the code?
They're very they're influential. They can help you a lot. And
Sure.
back then with the career, they open up doors, so to speak. But so they wanted me to go to meet him. So I go up Federal Hill, and there's this doorway, and there's this little guy standing in the doorway, just standing there. And I walk with a few other people, and I go, I go, hi, I'm here to see Mr. Patriarch. He goes, oh yeah, okay, follow me. So I'm thinking he's the cleaning man, but it was him. Did I get cut off?
It was
No. You got the full screen on that one. You got full screen on that one.
So it was him. He was this little guy, and he says, I just love your talent, and I love this new song. He says, and I'm going to make a call to some of my friends to see what I can do for you. And I said, okay, thank you. That's it. I won't go any further.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Look at this shot here.
Oh, that's
Connie.
that's our queen. That's the Italian American queen right there.
Mm-hmm. When was this taken?
That was
Couple
taken
years ago.
in Delray Beach, Florida, at a place called the
Arts Garage.
That's it. That'll do.
Mm.
And, Connie lives in the area, and actually, that was at the album release of a record I made with Mike Renzi, called On Another Note. And we've got a very wonderful following down in Florida, so we chose to do a CD release concert down there. And Connie came with a big table, and we were just so thrilled to have her because we just adore her to pieces. And she's
Connie Francis, yeah,
very,
sure,
very, very dear friend.
wonderful.
That was the biggest thrill of my life to meet her, because I used to sing all her songs. My mother used to go, please stop. But I couldn't.
Seriously, please stop.
I would just sing. Then I meet her, and I'm like, oh my God.
Well, what's so cool about Connie is she's not only, so, of course, talented as we know, but she is so intelligent, and she's got stacks and stacks of books on every subject you could possibly imagine. She was a big reader.
Yeah.
And any detail that you want to know about anything that's ever happened in any lifetime, this woman is so brilliant and so smart. And that's one of the things I've enjoyed the most, getting to know Connie.
That is fantastic. We saw something here. This is very cool. Tell us about this, Angela. When was this taken? Great shots.
Yeah, those were my first publicity shots.
Those are the first ones?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very nice.
My mother on the bottom right. It looks just like my mother.
Yeah, my daughters look. Yeah.
Mom, if you're watching, hello.
There we go.
There they are.
Oh, that was one of my favorite pictures.
Italians, and I don't know why, but for some reason, I think Liza and I have the same shirt on.
Yeah, doesn't it look it?
It looks like that, right? Like twins. Yes. What was this event?
That was a concert I did at Don't Tell Mama.
Sure, yeah.
And see, what had happened was when I had first gotten to know Liza, of course, with my grandmother was working with her, Liza got it into her head, hey, we should construct an act for you. Yeah. And Liza basically directed my first nightclub act when I was about 11. And so this was, toward the end of her directing me, before I, quote unquote, graduated, as she put it.
That amazing nightclub act at 11.
Yeah.
And so this was, I think I had to be about 20 or so, 19 or 20 here.
Yeah.
She directed this show word for word, song for song. And she brought a huge table, and she brought Gina Lola Brigida in one arm and Tony Danza in the other. And they all sat down in the front row, asked me if I wasn't nervous to sing in front of people. But I'll tell you, there's no better audience member than that woman right there. She is the most present, most engaging, and the most supportive audience member you can possibly ask for.
That's fantastic. It's wonderful to have people like that around you who are so supportive and believe in you and believe in what you're doing.
And you know what, Jim, I have to say, I worked with her for quite a few years, and Nicholas became very close with her, but I never asked her for anything. And of course you have dreams that you wish silently, but you never ask. And one day she just said to me out of the blue, she goes, I think I'd like to take Nicholas on the road with me to open. Well, I thought I was going to die.
Wait, what am I hearing? Am I hearing this right? Yeah.
And I went, oh, all right. Well, okay. So, all right, we'll work on it. So I have to tell him now. I don't know where you were when I told you, Nicholas. Do you remember? Nicholas, guess where you're going?
Who can remember? I blacked out,
I think you did black out. Yep. And she took him.
I think one of the things about Liza that people don't know, when they think of Liza, they think of sequins and they think of, all the jazz and all that stuff. But one of the things I think that people would be very surprised to know about Liza is she's one of the most generous human beings that I think probably Angela, you can testify, you and I have ever met. She's generous with her time. She's generous with her fans. She's generous financially. She's generous. I mean, in so many ways, you know, whenever you go out to dinner, you go out on Liza. That's just her rule. You know, that's just that she takes no, you know, there's no argument. And after a concert, when she's just worked her butt off, she takes the entire band and crew out to dinner. This is just such a part of her soul. She's one of the most generous human beings. And so honestly, when we talk about, you know, the things that were her ideas, and when she wanted to dedicate time to help me and direct my show, it was like, you know, you could never ask for something like that. And I could never afford something like that. I mean, who could afford to have Liza for, you know, well over a decade directing all of your shows? You know, it's like, it's something that I'm very, very grateful for, but she is just one of the most generous human beings that I think we've ever known. You know?
Oh, I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. I love her in my heart. You know, I don't look at her as Liza Minnelli. I love her in my heart as a person because, you know, talking just like two girls hanging out. I spent sometimes 2 weeks at a time straight just trying to get her voice back and everything at her, you know, a condo in New York, but we'd be sitting there on her big, gigantic Hollywood bed, and we'd be talking about our mothers, and she'd be talking about Judy Garland and saying all these stuff, and I'd be talking about Mary Lombardo from Westerly. It's just, you know, it was just like, wait a minute, he's talking about Judy Garland, but it was our mothers. And
Right.
It was warm and heartfelt. And I just have so many amazing memories. And the fact that I was able to have Nicholas, you know, meet her and form a relationship with her, I think was one of the biggest gifts of my life, to watch his joy, because he loved her from, gosh, what, 3 years old, 2 years old?
It was this concert. This was the concert that my mother, I finally got the story straight because my mother corrected me. She goes, "You've been telling that story wrong for 12 years. My mother sent away for a PBS something or other, whatever. She got it. I don't care. It was a cassette of this concert. And my little 2-year-old ears just went, whoop, what's that? I love that sound, the brass and the, you know, so I was just very drawn to it. And
we at Public Television, thank you for your pledge.
Oh my God. I think, you know, it was working with her, you know, on this stuff and getting to really dive into a song or a show from the point of view of remembering, of course, who her mother is, but as a director's daughter. She looks at every point of view from a direct. So there's a direction from, you know, from every gesture has a reason. She thinks in terms of angles and close-ups and wide shots. I mean, she is such a director's daughter. So these are things, again, people they think of pizzazz and sequence, but they don't think of the art behind it. And the fact that she really is her father's daughter. You know, she's really a director and an actress at heart. And so those moments are the things I'll cherish. You know, I remember those nights, Angela, you know, too, we'd be sitting on the bed watching Turner Classic Movies, and we'd watch her father's films, you know, An American in Paris or Mimi St. Louis. And she'd walk us through her father's, you know, mental paces, you know, of why he did the shot and what this meant. And I mean, you pinch yourself just to think, my gosh, I'm just in the presence of something so much bigger than I can imagine, you know, and it's those moments that you treasure forever, really.
Absolutely.
You just do, you know, that
I remember it. I was obsessed with Barney the Purple Dinosaur, and my mother went to get a Barney something or other from PBS, and they threw in a free gift. This is the story. The free gift was something, and she chose the Liza thing because she had heard that it was pretty good. It was because of Barney the Purple Dinosaur. Now I'm remembering it.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
For you viewers, keep this. This will be on the test later, so make sure that you remember that. This will be on the.
I have videos review. I have videos of him singing that young, but I didn't dare send it to you because he'd probably kill me. But they are amazing. He knows every word and he's just this little tiny thing.
Do you know how Barney even came to light nationally the way it did? One of my friends discovered Barney. Barney was like just a regular, you know, home video. And one of the national producers at Public Television, actually, this happened to be in Connecticut Public Television, went to a video shop and picked up the video and started playing it for his daughter, the little child. The kid went bananas for Barney, So they brought it to Public Television.
Yeah.
And to Jerry Franklin, who was the CEO of Connecticut Public Television in Hartford. And they looked at it and they, you know, said, gee, there might be a way to turn this into a public television series. So they approached the woman and the company that had the video and said, we would like to turn this into a public television series. This is like in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And they went with it. And that's what happened. It turned into a phenomenon,
Oh yeah,
Barney, but it started in Connecticut. Yeah.
I was obsessed with Barney, and that's where that came from, because they threw in a free gift, and it was this Liza cassette. Fast forward now 20 something.
Now you got it straight.
And here we are. And I've got her, I've got her on my wall. Actually, can you see? Wait a minute. There it is. This is the moment right here when Angela took me to see her at Foxwoods, right? And we were in the front row, and I had my little tuxedo on, and I had a little bouquet of flowers. And I think Angela sent a note backstage and said, your number one fan is in the front row. So Liza came out, and at the beginning of Act 2, she winked at me, and I thought I was going to die. I was 5, and I thought, well, clearly this is the pinnacle of life. Anyway, unbeknownst to whatever, she just decided to pull me up out of the audience and sit me on her lap, and she sang a song to me. And it looks like a ventriloquist act, but it wasn't. This was the first time we would ever share a stage, and it's one of those moments that it's so vivid to me. It's so crazy vivid. And
she didn't sing, I love you, you love me, Barney.
I know, believe me, I know that.
No, she when she took him on tour, when he did that tour with her, what she did, she had that picture blown up on a big screen, and she had it behind him when you came on stage. But do you remember that? That's it.
She sang to me a Billy Stritch arrangement of "Close Your Eyes."
That's right.
Now, and of course, Billy's a dear friend, and now, and so a few years ago, I was doing a show at Birdland with Billy, and I said, "Hey, that'd be kind of cool. Since the first time we ever shared the stage was with Liza, with Close Your Eyes, can we do your arrangement?" And so Billy gave me the original chart that he wrote for that arrangement that happened at that very moment. And it's a part of my act now once in a while, whenever I feel like I want to give her and Billy a little tribute.
Yes. Really fantastic. Here's another great shot. Clint Holmes.
Oh, yeah. And Veronica Swift. Veronica Swift, who's got a #1 record on iTunes right now, which is incredible. Right. And she and I just played a weekend in Florida at the Wick Theater in Boca Raton. We had a blast. And I just saw Clint last weekend played the Wick Theater in Boca Raton, and he killed the people. Absolutely killed the people. He was so.
Who is this?
Oh,
that's a star. That's a star.
That is a star. That's my doggy trying to get up on the bed.
That is
and
a
the reason
star.
why I gave it because Nicholas just loves my doggy. That's
why do you don't have a red bedspread? What happened to this?
It's the color. It's the color.
In Amsterdam, what's happening?
When I enhanced it, it
looks like it looks like a red carpet, right?
Austin Powers bedroom. What's going on?
What kind of dog?
It's a Bichon Frise.
How old?
He's 13 and a half.
What's his name?
Well, Nicholas named him.
I named him Sammy after Sammy Davis Jr., but not because the dog is white, but because the dog is Jewish. So it seemed to make sense.
But of course.
That was me.
I love that you sent him pictures with your captions on them.
I know. I don't know why I didn't cut that off.
Very old school, yes. But it's authentic.
Parking in the back.
Info below.
Packing. Packing.
Packing. There we are, Nicholas.
Where did the years go? Nani, you could write for Hallmark. Anyone ever tell you
that? Where do the years go? Yeah, that sounds like a song title, doesn't it?
That's one of my favorite pictures.
I love that shot.
Cool one. That is.
I didn't tell him I was sending pictures because
no, of course not.
Which ones did you send?
Say, let me see them first. Right.
It's my
life. This is Billy, right?
Yep.
So tell us about the involvement with Billy and how that happened.
Well, that's he was brought to me by his grandmother when I first moved here, and I knew he was something special, just like Nicholas. I just knew it. These kids, they have that extra something special. So I started training him. Then I introduced him to this artist, and his name is Ray Benson, Sleep at the Wheel. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. And we flew down to Austin
There's
Oh.
Liza again.
We
You
flew
never
down
have
to
enough
Washington.
Liza, right?
No. And anyway, we recorded a song, and then it really came out pretty good. And then Ray was going to appear in Nashville at this Wild Horse Saloon, which is very famous. So I just boldly called him up and I said, "Hey, why don't you let Billy come and sing on your show, and then I can invite some people, to come and see him." So he said, "Oh, okay." So he brought him. We flew down, and Nick and Billy sang, and the song we recorded. And there was guys from Sony. There was guys from Lyric Records. There was a whole bunch of people there. And after the show, they're all backstage, and they were all giving me their cards. And I'm like, "Oh dear God, what do I do?" But long story short, I got him signed with Sony, and he had a big hit called One Voice. And he's just amazing. I mean, he had a wonderful career, still does, and he just is finishing a very special project, which I can't say yet, but it's going to be great. About that, he just finished a video in Nashville. He's a Grammy nominee, and he's had #1s, and I mean, I've got records all over my wall of him.
When can people expect to see this project? That's about
May. I think May 2nd it's coming out.
So write it down, people.
Yes, got to do that. Yeah. Oh, there's another one.
Cool shot. Yeah, really cool.
Yeah,
shot.
that's his new shot. Oh, what's that now?
Download it on iTunes, Spotify. Video is coming out soon.
I don't remember sending that. That must have been by accident. But that was when his new video was coming out called Soldier. I would have fixed it. I was just going through them, Jim, and sending you a bunch. Oh, there we go, Nick.
Oh yeah.
Now you like that one?
Now I just saw Stritch last night. He played the West Bank Cafe in Manhattan. And I didn't know, but we wound up being on the news last night. We were on, what was it, Channel 11 or something here in New York City, and it was just wonderful. It was so nice to be in a New York, and with Billy Stritch is probably, and there's no probably, he is one of the most talented human beings on the planet. And so just to hear him and to hear him perform and just to enjoy a good old New York night out, it was just wonderful.
Absolutely.
There they are.
There it is. Those are all the records.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Billy's done more than that.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yep. That was presented to me from Sony and him.
Hey, little Susie.
There we go, Nicholas.
2 New Englanders right there.
There we are.
Now 3.
3 New Englanders. 3 Italians from New
Jay
England.
Leno. Is he tall or not?
We're just short.
We're very short. We're in Munchkin land over here.
Yeah.
We're in the Lollipop League.
He is Boston proud, right? Exactly.
That was some night.
What was that like? Yeah, tell us about that, being on Tonight Show with Jay Leno. What was that like?
Well, initially I was on the Tonight Show when I was 8.5 was the first time I was on, and it was supposed to be a 90-second interview with a 60-second song. And what happened was Jay and I struck. You can tell I'm a little chatty. I don't know if you've noticed that, Jay. But,
I haven't noticed.
It's not difficult to formulate words. So Jay and I just happened to have a very easy rapport, and Tom Selleck happened to be on the couch, and so the three of us, there was just like it just worked. So what's supposed to be a 2.5 minute segment turned into 8.5 minutes, and so from that, evidently Jay thought it was a memorable moment. So when he when it was his finale week before he turned the baton over to Jimmy Fallon, he got some of his favorite guests back for his last 2 weeks, and he called me back as one of the kids, one of his favorite kids that he had in his run. And my grandmother and I flew out there, and we stayed with our dear friend, the wonderful actress and singer Linda Hart, who was one of Bette Midler's Harlettes, and she's been in 1,000 Broadway shows and a brilliant career. So we stayed with her. Remember now, she met us in the Hollywood Hills with champagne, and she had caviar. She was so excited.
Unbelievable.
We had so much fun with Linda, and actually Linda's in Mystic. She's got a beautiful home in Mystic, and a while, but it was so much fun to see Jay again and to do that show. And I think when you're in that studio, I don't have the same attachment to the Jimmy Fallon show in that studio, but when you think of the where Johnny Carson filmed, episodes, and you just think of the history in those four walls. You know, for me, it was very emotional just to think of all the people that have stood in this section. I don't think I could appreciate it at 8 years old, but you know, at 20, whatever old I was, I really appreciated it. It was a whole new experience, and it meant a lot to me.
And you, Angela, had an opportunity that you were on Dinah Shore to really know and be a part of some of those legendary talk show hosts and talk show programs, over the years.
It was amazing. I mean, one day Rodney goes, Angela, we're going to go over to LA. We're going to fly to LA and you're going to do the Merv Griffin show. And then this is the song I want you to sing. You picked the song you wanted me to sing and everything. He just took me over. Then one night he says, we're going to go to this party. Johnny Carson invited us. And, you know, we walk in and there's Johnny sitting there and they introduced me. And as I'm like blown away. Oh, he had come to the show. Actually, he had come to see the show. So he complimented me on the show. And then I went and socialized. And as I'm leaving hours later, he goes, oh, bye, Angela. And I'm like, oh, he remembers names. You know, he's amazing. I met so many people. I mean, our nights after shows, we're hanging out with Jack Klugman, Don Rickles, you know, Johnny, and all these comedians, and me. You know, and Rodney. We'd be sitting in this cafe, you know, after hours where they'd. And I
have you ever thought of writing a book about any of these wonderful experiences?
I shouldn't I?
Yeah.
My kids tell me that all the time. But I just think of the people I was sitting there with and laugh and laugh. And Don Rickles, he never said my name right, and I never corrected him because I wasn't about to go there. I mean, let him call me whatever he wants.
What do you say, Bacari or something? Bacari rum? Or
my first name was all. It was either Angelo or Angela,
Angelica,
or Jerry, because I was with Jerry, my husband at the time, and his name was Jerry, so he'd call me Jerry. And I go, whatever, because he'd probably do an hour on just that. And then to come to find out, he's one of my grandson's most favorite comedian.
Oh, Rickles is missed. Yeah.
I mean, if I could have just been a fly, I mean, I know it's not scientifically or biologically possible for me to have been around, but God, if I was just a fly on the wall for those moments, I just love it so much.
Well, it was terrific. I knew Regis Philbin, you know, some of the hosts, Regis Philbin, one of them. And it was amazing when Regis and Don Rickles were together at places like Foxwoods and others, Atlantic City. Just incredible, you know, the humor and just the way they, you know.
Don made Regis actually funny.
Right, exactly, yes.
Really? And the shows that we'd go see after Rodney shows, because we get done at 12, there was always like a 1 o'clock show on the Strip, and Rodney, we'd go, come on, we're going, and we'd go to see like Red Fox and just all these different comedians. It was just,
different
when I think
time,
back, I mean, it was just, and then of course my girls were with me. I took them to see Paul Anka one night. They loved that. I mean, I've took them to a lot of places.
Remember Tony Fields?
Oh, I mean, I never got to meet her. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, she went early, right?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I never got to meet her, but I know she was around, but she wasn't there when I was there.
But Phyllis Diller, huh?
Oh yeah, I opened for her. Oh my God! One night I remember I'm getting ready to go on stage, and I'm walking past her dressing room. She's warming up, and I'm going, "Oh, that was so bad."
Did you ever meet Fang?
Fang.
Never met Fang, huh?
No, never met Fang.
And with Rodney, you never met Dr. Vinnie Boom Botts either, huh?
No, didn't meet him either.
Well, what's so interesting is we don't have stars like that nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, when you think of we have a million celebrities, but there's no stars nowadays. And I don't know if that's just because the industry has changed or if it's the birth of social media. You know, we know so much about everyone. We know we know what cereal someone eats for breakfast.
It's been sort of diminished, right?
There's no mystery and there's no stardom. You know, there's no stars. You know, when Liza walks in a room, or Rodney or Rickles or whoever, you know, these people were stars, you know, and I don't think we have a lot of those. We just don't have that today. That whole gauze is just gone, and it's
because they're all keeping up with the Kardashians instead.
Oh, please.
When I think of the friends that you have, Nicholas, I mean, the ones that he's worked with, like with Carol Burnett, I mean,
she's wonderful.
She adores him. She just, I mean, I don't want to embarrass him, but she literally
she's the real deal. I had an opportunity.
I have her on my wall all times as the cleaning lady.
Yeah, right.
all the time.
She's warm and affable, approachable, authentic. I would say Carol
really
and
is.
somebody else that we lost who I had an opportunity to chat with too, was similar in terms of real and loving and funny and saucy too. Florence Henderson.
Oh, she was
Yeah,
hysterical.
she was hysterical. I've met her. Yes.
She could be quite blue too.
Yeah. Yep.
You see Mrs. Brady go blue, and you go, "Oh my God, did she just?" Yeah.
We were
Yep.
at an event. We were at a gala event, and we were chatting. And the photographers, Sonny Grasso, of course, who was in The French Connection, the detective that where they patterned that movie after, was a friend as well. And we were all together at this gala, and the photographers wanted everybody to squeeze in, and Florence was in a white pantsuit. So the photographer's like, "Get closer, gang. No, come on. There's too many. Get closer." So she plops down on my right knee, and I'm holding up Carol Brady. Suddenly I was transported to an 11-year-old child saying, "Wait a minute, Mrs. Brady is in my arms, and I am holding her up, and she's wearing a white pantsuit." And they took the shots and everything. And she and I had chatted throughout the night, and it was really a blessing. But when she got up, she turned around and she smiled. And I said, "Florence, I'm never going to wash these slacks again." She goes, "Jim, I bet you won't."
She was such a hoot, boy.
She wrote back. She told me that night to every person that wrote to her personally through the years. She really, her daughters were with her that night, and she wrote back. She really cared about So when she passed, which was on that Thanksgiving, because it was just a month or so, after that, she was in LA Dancing with the Stars. Maureen McCormick was performing, competing. I got all these text messages and Facebook messages and everything else, and people were extending condolences to me for my loss. And I was like, "Oh my God, did somebody in the family pass? What, is there something we're not aware of that just happened?" And it was all for Florence, because they knew the relationship and friendship.
Aww.
That was amazing, huh?
Yeah.
You never know sometimes the lives that you touch in doing all of this kind of work that we do. And it's really a blessing, isn't it?
It is a blessing. I think one of the most memorable nights I used to have was when Nicholas was on Broadway with Tom Selleck, and getting to take him every night to theater and seeing Tom Selleck get ready to go on stage.
Say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Go for it. You want to. You see him in his underwear, because he comes out in his first scene in his boxers, and she would time it. She would wait. She would go, "No, it's not 7:56 yet." And now let's go. She wanted to see him come out of his dressing room in his underwear. You can take the girl out of the Playboy circuit, but
I was going to say, you weren't one of those in the front row throwing it at Tom Jones.
No. But Tom Selleck, oh my gosh, I just adore him. And we had the opportunity, and Nicholas has had more of them, but we were able to go into the filming of Blue Bloods
that's such a fantastic series, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. And we went, but then you went again, Nicholas. I mean,
I've been a
few times.
I've been a few times, but what I love about that show, and it's reflective because of Tom, really, is that the show always takes the moral high ground. And this is something that I think we lack in modern day television and films. Everything is follow your heart, cheat, steal, do whatever you want to do. And this show sticks to values. And I think it's really wonderful. It sticks to family values, and it's indicative of what Tom believes, because Tom is a real family man. He's a real solid dude. Doesn't say crap about no one. In fact, and my mother will attest to this too, when we were doing the show 1,000 Clowns and we were on tour, people in the theater tend to have potty mouths. It's just the way it is. But Tom, being so mindful that there was a child in his presence, set up a swear jar. And anytime someone said a bad word, they had to put in money, not just, coins, but like, dollar bills or whatever. And the whole thing was, at the end of the run, they gave me the bucket of money. So everybody was really leery as to how much there was. And there was one time someone came off because he said the wrong lyric, and he went, "That bleep and bleep and bleep, 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 bleep." And he was so ticked off. he took out $100 bill and he put it was, I know. He threw $100 bill in there. But this was because of Tom, you know, and because of the type of guy that he was. And that's, you know, is not was, he still is. And that's what I like the show, because that show is one of the only shows on television that sticks to some good moral values. And that's very, very rare these days.
Absolutely right.
Nicholas, you have to mention your brand new album, Jim, that he's got. And talking about these artists, how
it's in my car. Yeah, well, Tom's on it actually. So
Tom's on it, and
What's the name of it?
I was
okay.
telling about it earlier. It's what I did during quarantine. It's called Act One, celebrating 25 years of recordings, and it takes you on a little journey from the first recording is of me at 4.5 at an Angela Bacari concert. I was a special guest at her concert at the Balsams Resort in New Hampshire.
Were you 5?
No, it's 4.5. It was
4.5.
an annual thing, and and the last recording is of course from 2020, but it's all, you know, little moments throughout the years. And I was I am very excited that Tom gave me permission to debut him on a record. He's never been on an album to sing before. So if anyone is a Tom Selleck fan, check it out. Forget about me. Just check it out for Tom alone, to hear Tom and I do a little duet on.
Is it on Spotify, Amazon, all the usual?
Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, iTunes, Barnes and Noble, Walmart, Target.
Don't you have one to show?
I don't. They're all in my car. I don't.
I'll go get it. Go ahead, keep talking.
So anyway,
she's got you covered. She's got your back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mama Rose. No, just kidding. She's not actually. This is really funny. You know you see who she is. But my parents and my grandmother, they're the antithesis of stage parents, and Angela included. Even though show business, you can tell with her is so, you know, deep in her. She is the opposite of a stage grandmother. Just never in that way. And I'm very grateful for that. I think, you know, I'm very grateful for my family's not being that way. But the record's very cool, and it features appearances and duets with people like Liza Minnelli's on the album, Jane Monheit, one of my favorite jazz singers. We do a gorgeous duet arranged by my friend Charlie Colello, and the beautiful duet with Norm Lewis.
Oh, sure, yeah, Broadway veteran.
Here
it is. Let's do a close up on that.
That's true, isn't it?
Now, is that he autographed it for you too, huh?
Well, yeah, he did.
When I'm not going to autograph it for you, are you kidding me? How should I do it? You know,
and this is some of the inside stuff.
This is kind of cool. You know,
tell us what we're seeing.
He's got his ukulele that he used in the play, right, Nick? That's
the cast that signed it. There's some sheet music there.
Come back to me like Joe, and here's something from Carol Burnett. She said, "Well, Nicholas, you're the top. Someday I hope I'll be working for you. There's a lot ahead for you, honey, and I'll follow your career with pride and joy. Love, Carol."
Sweetheart. But the whole book is full of, it's like a scrapbook.
There's so many things in here.
Don't give it away. I want people.
No, I won't. But there's just tons and tons and tons of stuff in here.
That's terrific. Yeah, and it's nice to see something physical and tangible.
Yeah,
you know, with cover art and liner notes and all of that, because that's gone away so much too. And it's nice to have that back with photos and stories and testimonials.
And I worked with my designer Lewis in England, who made it to look like a scrapbook throughout.
Right.
It's so nice. It's so amazing. And in here where the record goes, it says it's not the springs we've seen, but all the shades of green.
Well, that's a lyric, though. You got to tell me.
Yes, okay, you tell me. It's a lyric.
It's a lyric from a song by Alan Marilyn Bergman and Dave Grusin, which is on the record, called "What Matters Most," and it's arranged by Mike Renzi and strings by Charles Colello, who incidentally was the arranger for this woman's hit,
"Baby I'm Yours."
So it's really, the whole record for me is such a full circle moment. And for any of you that are interested, check it out. Get the physical copy so you can see the little booklet. But it's really lovely. And we've got Liza on it, like we said, Tom's on it, Jane Monheit's on it, and we've even got liner notes by Connie Francis. So
that is wonderful,
really, really special.
And Norm Lewis.
Oh, and Norm Lewis.
Just to have all those people assembled in one, album like that is amazing as well. I think so. Birdie told me that you have a ukulele near you. Nicholas?
You know, I did, but it's so out of tune. So it might you want me to find it or get it? Let me go look.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
I shall return.
Yeah. So now we get to see his chair. We saw your chair, Angela. Now we get to see his setup.
Mine's just, I got a pillow behind my back.
That's it. So you must be very proud, Angela, too, because you have your illustrious career, and now, of course, Nicholas. You know.
Yeah, it's like over the top because it's a gift, and I've been gifted with Nicholas and with Billy because they've been such amazing talents, and they've given me so much joy throughout the years. They're just so over the top talented, both of them, and they're different, which is great. Their talent is their styles are different, which was good. That helps.
What are some things you're working on too?
Well, I mean, right now I do really need to do an album. I really need to do that because it's something I've been dreaming about, but I'm working really hard right now with Billy because we're getting his, with this pandemic, everything stopped. So now I'm working really hard on getting all his dates rebooked and this new video. Whoops. That's something that's coming out. Yeah. I can say it's a video. It's going to be amazing.
Stay tuned.
So we've been working really hard on that. And we had to make a few trips. We had to fly a few places, which I enjoyed every minute of it with my mask.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Once you're back, I always say this the wrong thing. Once you're vaccinated, you feel a little safer. But it's
there is something about that. You feel there's something terrific after you're vaccinated. There's some sort of energy or excitement, like you're like helping thy fellow man as well as your loved ones and your friends and yourself.
Exactly.
But we also, but post that, we still have to be careful, vigilant, and protective, and absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the scary part. You just got to be careful. But anyway, here he is.
I have good news and I have bad news.
He's got the ukulele, but the strings are broke.
No, the out of tuneness is not anything to worry about. That's the good news. The bad news is I gave it to someone to restring, and that's why it's not done. So I'm like, where did I do it? And all of a sudden I went, oh my gosh, I gave it to the ukulele guy to do. So it's getting restrung because I haven't had the strings done since Tom gave me the ukulele 20 years ago.
Oh,
man, I'm very sorry, but it's
not a line that most people can say. I sent it to the ukulele guy.
No, he's restringing it, and I think I ought to call him because I kind of want it back. But I will tell you this though.
See, he could have got his 50 minutes of fame tonight with us.
Well, he's a terrific musician too. Anyway, but a week from Wednesday, and this is why I'm so excited to share it. We just announced it. The press release just went out. But on Wednesday, April 28th, on my YouTube page and on my Facebook page, we're doing a very special CD release concert event, which will feature some songs, some interviews, some stories, some performances, of course, with Mike Renzi, some video clips, never before seen stuff from when I was little, the whole thing, and a lot of special guests, a lot of people that I've worked with over the years that have sent in beautiful clips and special guests. Carol Burnett is going to be on it. Tom Selleck is on it with the cast of Blue Bloods. Norm Lewis, of course, Jane Monheit, of course, Charlie Colello, and other people like Max von Essen and Billy Stritch and Veronica Swift and Linda Pearl and Linda Lavin. And what's her name? She was working in a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens.
What's her name?
Yeah, right.
And Fletcher is on it as well. So it's a very exciting event. So to anyone who's interested, come and check it out. It's only about a half an hour. It won't take up too much of your evening, but they did such a beautiful job of putting this thing together. And I'm just so thrilled to have all my friends on it as well. So that's April 28th at 8:00 on my Facebook page and on my YouTube page. And even Angela Bacari is on it as well.
Yes.
And now that you've been on the Jim Master Show live, certainly let them know that they should jump on the show as our guests. We take good care of them as well. All those names you just mentioned.
You do, Jim. You're really amazing with your guests. I have to say you are.
Appreciate that.
Yes,
Tess, our wonderful friend Tess was the one that said you guys should definitely pop on.
I know.
We'd have an awesome time. And she's absolutely right. We love her too, as we do now you guys as well. We have a clip here actually of Nicholas and Mike doing their thing, and this was sent along to us. And
what did you send to them?
What did I send to them?
Let's see what this one is.
I don't remember.
It doesn't have Barney in it, so here we go.
Signing off. No.
No, I don't remember.
Here it is.
Uh-oh. Story. Here we go.
Everybody, I'm sure everybody will love it. Here we go.
Buckle up. I said, hop on board. Come on, the A train. Come on board. Come on the A train.
What's wrong with that now, Nicholas?
Nothing, but that's before I gained the COVID-19.
I know.
Holy Toledo. What am I wearing? I don't know. What do you think?
Did you look good? You look great.
Yeah, sound great too. Yeah. Where was that?
Who
That
was
was the
Yeah,
district.
where was that?
The district in Providence. And the sad part about it is I sent you most of it, but the darn thing cut it off.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sent that little clip.
Yeah. You know how they say you gotta
It's just a-
trim it.
That's
I
a
don't like-
teaser.
Yeah, it was a teaser. It was so good. I
So
thought
if you
it
didn't
was-
hear the voice before, now you got a little snippet of
Oh.
Nicholas doing his thing,
I
right?
thought at least more of that would have come.
Because people were asking, if there was going to be singing and all of that. So at least they
Yeah.
got to hear some of that. And Austin Field says, very nice singing, even from that
Thank
quick
you.
little clip.
Oh,
Ted says you need to do an album, Angela.
Yeah.
oh, I said, well, if Nicholas produces, I do have some plans in my mind. I had it before COVID. I was thinking of a lot of things, and my whole thing is too. I love working with artists, major artists, and I mean they don't have to be stars, but I like to work with good voices
Yes.
because I've been gifted and cursed with an ear that I can. My forte is I can take your voice and I can fine tune it, and I can hear exactly where your problems are and I can fix it. It's just and I can't do it a lot to people because I don't want to insult people sometimes, because I say, that when you're singing that, you should do it like this. I just know what to do. It drives me crazy sometimes, but that's what I love to do. I love to take good major artists that have careers and just, if they've got issues, fix them.
And that's a whole other aspect of what you do that people might not realize. As much the performer and the legend, you do that. You train and teach
I
others.
love
Right?
it. I love that. Yeah, because, and I remember I said it to someone once. I went, oh, I can't hit that note. Never. I went, well, do it like this. And boom, she hit it. She went, oh my God. I went, yeah, it's how easy it is if you do it right, if you know how to do it. But that's what even with Clinton Holmes, when he asked me something and I showed him something, he went, wow, I've never heard that before. And that I'm not bragging. I feel funny saying this now, but I just love doing it. And especially with someone like Clint, who's an amazing, amazing singer that what do you fix? But we all have a little something that can be fine tuned. And that's what I enjoy doing the most. And I hear it all the time. Even like sometimes with Nicholas, I'll say something, but I have to learn to wait at least till the next day. Like I don't want to ruin his night of the performance. Right, Nicholas?
Right, Nicholas?
We'll say though, I have to say this in all honesty. 10 times out of 10, she's not wrong.
Wow.
I mean, it's true. It is what it is. But again, I'm doing another commercial. Hello. If anyone's interested, at the end of June, I think it is, right? You're going to be doing master classes in person in Provincetown at the Cabaret Fest. So if I promote her, she promotes me. This is what we do. We tag. It's very cute. Anyway,
I love it. I really do love it. And so many people do master.
So how's that going to work? Can people learn about that? Is there a website somewhere they can go to sign up? Or
I think it's sold out.
No.
It's sold out already?
They sold out one day, but she might add a second day to it. So because you sold out the first day, but I think she
did.
So how could people learn if you do
Well,
have another date?
It's on the website. It's called Provincetown Cabaret Fest.
Okay.
.com. It's so I did it last year, and it was during COVID, so it was really difficult to do with the masks and staying so separated. But this year it'll be a little better, I think, by June, because people are more vaccinated. We're hoping. But I love sitting there. My whole thing is this: when I work with someone, I don't want to put me in them. This is how I would do it. I
Right.
want to make sure it's their style and what they're doing, and then I'll try to fix that. And I know I've seen that a lot, where sometimes teachers will try to make them copy them. No, you can't do that. You got to let them be them. And I can't stand it when I hear someone sing a hit song exactly like the artist, and they don't put a little bit of themselves in there. You want to keep it familiar to the audience. Yes, I understand that, but you really want to make it you. And when you're good at it, people are not going to miss what someone else did. They're going to all of a sudden be into you.
Exactly.
Well, anybody can put on the original record.
Anybody can copy.
Anyone can listen to the original record for free, but that's what I love. What my grandmother does is she brings out the best in the performer. So if anybody is in Provincetown or in the area in June, check that out and work with her. You're also performing there in June. You're going to be doing a show there with Mike Renzi. I'm there as well in August. I've got a gig up there too. So, but if anyone's in that area, come and I'm going to promote that. Wait, where is she? There she is.
It's like doing the weather. She would be right now in is that Alaska or is that
well, she's in my like Baltimore right now. I don't know where she is.
You're Baltimore. Right?
Well, am I moving?
No, you're fine. I'm just trying to figure out where you are. It's like
she's right
Brady Bunch.
There.
Oh,
Brady.
There you are.
I'll tell you, this has been great, Jim. I have to say this. I'm so sorry about singing it. I don't have a keyboard here. I have a big piano, but
it works. What do you know? Now I can't do. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, you little stinker!
Well, I figured why not? I'm already here. Hold on, give it a minute.
And before the phone or whatever wasn't syncing, but now you're good. There's no delay and everything is good.
What is it thinking about?
Tess Labella says, so happy to watch 3 of my favorite people in the world together. My heart is so full. We love you back, Tess. We love you back, Tess.
Tess, you're a gem and you know it.
She's a sweetie, boy. And I was very fortunate to go to Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, before COVID, and do a master class there with all those wonderful singers in that area, and there are so many.
Now, the master class, is there a prerequisite? Do they already have to be at certain stages and levels, or could it be somebody that just wants to start singing?
Yeah, master classes are for anybody that just wants to learn or improve themselves, or they are professionals. It's all different kinds, and I loved it. I just love being down there, and I love like I say, fixing, and then hearing.
Do you also do them regularly throughout the year in Rhode Island?
No, What, Nicholas?
You don't do master classes, but you do have pupils throughout the year.
Oh, yeah. I don't do the math.
If somebody wanted to work one-on-one with you, they could do that too.
I like one-on-one. I love one-on-one.
Cool.
Yeah, I do like the master classes too, but I do enjoy my one-on-one.
The one-on-one working with them. That's
yeah.
Good to know.
Especially if they've got something big coming up and they're having issues and we get it all together. And a lot of my students will call me a lot, and say, because they can't get here or something, and they're having an issue with a certain little area of their song, and I'll fix it for them on the phone. I love it.
Do you have a website that they could check out your master classes too, where they can go and find out about them?
No, I don't do them enough in this area. I go out of town and I've done them.
So you go on location.
I have.
Write the email address here that people can email. Your manager. Hold on. This is it. People, if anyone's interested, they can do this. Did I do it right?
Yeah.
Go into the private chat. Wait, I have to go into the comments. Hold on.
Yeah, we can pull it right up.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I could do them on Zoom too.
Is it there? Did it go?
Yes, we're going to pull it right up and we'll put it right.
What are you doing?
I'm giving them your email address, the one that you use for your business address, that they can email you and set something up.
I've done Zoom lessons, which are good too.
Wow, look how fast we are.
Did I get it right? Did I do it right?
Yes.
Okay.
Angela BL1.
I know if it was like Playboy Circuit 67, at I'm kidding you.
Hey, while he's doing that, one night I was at Hugh.
It's only for master classes, folks. No other solicitations.
I remember my one at the Hugh Hefner's mansion in Chicago. We'd go over there after the show. Do you ever remember Hugh Hefner?
Who doesn't remember he was
Yeah, I mean,
So we'd go over there, and in the middle of his living room, there was this gorgeous gold-looking fireman pole, and if you wanted to get on that pole to see where it went, and it had a big hole, of course, you had to wrap yourself around the hole,
my grandmother, the pole dancer. This is what we're getting at now.
Well, I wanted to see where it
the
went.
gold
So-
pole.
I wanted to see where it
It
went.
has a hole, and you want to see where it
I want to
goes.
see where it went.
In other
9
words,
months later,
So I wrapped myself around it, and
You never thought of going into comedy yourself, huh, Angela?
what?
You
she's
never
not
thought of going
playing.
into comedy
She's
yourself?
telling a story. That's the scary part.
But I got on that pole, and I went,
Okay.
and I landed, boom, on a beautiful, gorgeous, soft couch. And who was sitting next to me on that couch when I landed was Jack Jones.
The Love Boat. He started singing the Love Boat, right?
Yeah, it was Jack Jones. And I said, why are you down here? He goes, I just needed some time to myself. I went, well, sorry.
Is that how he got down there too? Was the pole?
I don't know, because he was there when I just found him. I had been upstairs with the people. We had a little bite to eat. Barbara, beautiful actress, blonde. What's her name? Oh, I can't think of her.
Barbara Eden?
No.
No.
Oh,
Barbara
not Barbara Bush, but she looked like that kind of. I can't think of it.
Well,
Darn
not
it! She was so pretty.
You want to phone a friend?
sounds like 2 words.
Yeah.
She was in Chicago filming a movie, and anybody was always at his house.
Well, we know it wasn't Cody Fields. We've established.
Wasn't Tony.
No. I can't remember, but go ahead, Nicholas. What are you going to do? What were you up to?
What?
I know. I was like,
She's giving you an intro.
I said to my husband, I go, oh, what am I going to talk about? I have nothing to talk about.
Oh, bull cookies.
Oh, are you kidding?
Talk about.
What about what? What do you?
You've got New York and Rhode Island combined here. There's lots to talk about.
You come from Rhode Island, and you're Connecticut. So, like you said earlier, the whole turnpike is taken care of.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm Long Island originally, so yeah, we can certainly fill time.
and I don't know about you, Jim, but we're Italian, so we can take care of conversation like nothing.
Fill it right in. Fill it right in.
Okay, here's a song. You want to hear a song?
Sure.
Now we're talking about Carol Burnett, and when I was about 10 or so, I met her. Oh no, I was about 11 or so. I met her, and she came to my show, 1,000 Clowns, and she it was one of the last nights of our performances, and she knocked on the door, the dressing room door there, and we opened, and there was Carol standing with Hal Prince, the director, and I thought, gee, one of us must be in the wrong room. This is what are you doing? And Carol basically said, look, I know you're going to be out of a job soon, and I've written a brand new play about my life, and Hal's going to direct it. There's a part in there that's my little neighbor girlfriend, and I think maybe, what do you think, Hal? Should we make it? We'll make it the boy that lived down the hall. Would you like to be in it? And I said, gee, Carol, no, I'm very busy. I don't think I could possibly. What do you say? Of course, God, I'll do it. So we opened up in her show exactly a year later. And Carol has been, just like we talked about earlier, she's just such a sweetheart. And she taught me this song that she's sort of known for. And it's featured on the new album that you can get. And it's a song written by her then husband, Joe Hamilton. He wrote it for her show. It became her theme. And I think Angela and I will agree. This is sort of how we feel whenever we're together with people like you, Jim, and like all of you beautiful viewers from all over the planet. This is how we feel whenever we get a chance to spend some time together.
All the lovelies.
Can you hear the piano?
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm so glad we've had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. There's a time you set aside for dreaming and a time for things you have to do. But the time that I love most is any evening I can spend a moment here with you. When the time comes and I'm feeling lonely and I'm feeling oh so blue, I just sit back and think of you only, and the happiness still shines through. That's why I'm glad we've had this time together, 'cause it makes me feel like I belong. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long, so long. Comes the time we have to say so long.
Beautiful, darling.
Chugging on that ear, chugging on that ear.
Yeah, right.
Which she did for her grandmother. Remember,
Yes.
it was
Yeah.
to let her grandmother know all was okay and
He
things.
was on,
like
when he
that.
was on Ed Sullivan. Her grandmother said, "Now make sure you say hi to me now." And she said, "Nanny, I can't do that. I'm on national television." He goes, "Well, you got us, sisters. Or we'll come up with something. How about if I tug my left ear for you?"
That's right.
And that's how she did it. And of course, every show afterwards, she did it. And then when her grandmother passed away, she kept up the tradition. And
Yeah.
actually, she even virtually pulls her left ear for us on April 28th at the
Oh,
show. She, I just go nuts because
That story where some an anonymous gentleman left, I don't know,
Yes.
on a paper bag or something, $10,000 for
No,
her.
he wasn't anonymous. It was someone that she knew.
Someone that she knew.
Gave her $5,000 to help start her career.
Yeah.
But he said, "Look, I'm going to give you this money on
Couldn't tell anybody who it is.
on two. There's two stipulations. One, pay it back whenever you can. There's no rush. And secondly, I don't ever want you to tell the identity of who it is."
And she still hasn't.
Oh, Geraldine Stone, I just saw you last night. Hi, Geraldine.
Yeah, she's here. Yep.
We had dinner last night together. Anyway.
Welcome, Geraldine.
Oh God, it was fantastic. She got a burger. Anyway, an Aperol Spritz, but I digress. And so what she did was she paid back the money, and he said, "No, I want you to keep the money, and I want you to give it to someone else in need."
Right.
And she never revealed his identity. And I have to say, I think that's one of the things I love the most about Carol too, is she's always paying it forward. She, again, like Liza, there's a generosity that just comes from the heart. That's one of those people you just go, man, she is just the most genuine and most giving person. And when I asked her to be a part of this concert next week, I asked, a lot of people, clearly, as you heard the list. She responded within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And she said, "What do you need?" Within 20 minutes, I thought, oh my goodness. I mean, out of everybody, I thought, she might take a day or two to mull it over. No, within 20 minutes.
She said, "I'm in."
And within 1 hour, I had what we needed in my inbox within an hour. And I thought, oh my goodness, it's one of the most generous giving people, really.
So when you guys look at all of this wonderful, these experiences that you've had, I'll start with you, Angela, this illustrious career, and now continuing to inspire and empower others who want to do this kind of work as well. What are some of those blessings and joys that come to mind for you, not only over the years, but even continuing in your life today, that foster this desire to still do what you do so well and that you love so much?
I have to say that being involved with someone that like Mike Renzi, who's one of the most amazing keyboard players, and like when I get the opportunity to do a little show here, that inspires me to keep going. And having Nicholas, and he said I might be doing something with him soon. That just gets me crazy. Huh?
We can't talk about it yet. It's not.
Oh no, I'm talking like maybe here at the house.
Oh yeah, that sure.
Yeah. So
That's
so
cool.
yeah, so I love it when he comes out, and sometimes I'll go hog on the camera and start singing with him. No.
No, I will say the only reason why we can't be always so forthcoming is because with COVID everything is so tentative.
So you can't promise, right?
Yeah, it's weird right now. Normally we'd have a calendar 9 months out. We could say,
Right.
hey, this is happening. So anyway, that's the only reason why I say that. Otherwise,
Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a sister-in-law. She passed away, but she always used to say, "What did she say about me, Nicholas?" When I walk into a room,
said a lot of things about you, but my favorite was.
and this is how she talked.
Well, they're not gonna. They don't know her, but well, actually, they can. If you look on my YouTube channel, there's a video.
Yeah, there's a whole thing on her.
Things Vilma says. Check it out. It's up on YouTube. It's very.
It is.
We lost her in September, and we lost a giant in our family. We miss her so much. But she used to say, your grandmother, when she walked into the room, she loves the ripple of applause. Now, my auntie Vilma was sort of a cross between. Oh gosh, who did I say the other day? She's like a cross between like Betty Davis and Norma Desmond. You put those people together, and you got Auntie Vilma. That
What
was
a cross! Yeah.
What a cross indeed.
Wow. So you were saying, Angela, some of those blessings.
Like I've had the opportunity in these last years to jump up on the stage and sing with Nicholas and sing with Billy, and the audience goes like, crazy. And sometimes you, as an artist, you need that applause. I mean, I feel so bad sometimes for all the virtual shows where you don't hear the applause. It's defeating. It gives you that, to keep on going. And if I can get myself going myself and start working hard with my voice again, and just instead of helping everybody else, I really want to do something special, and I'm looking at that very soon. And I finally decided. I was talking to actually Mike yesterday, and I was telling him how I got to do something. He goes, "I'm practicing. You got to just keep practicing every day. I'm so busy helping other people, but I think I'd like to start doing something and get my head going for myself." Like, when you help a lot of people, sometimes you don't think about yourself, but
I know that. Yes. I've had to learn that when you're on an airplane, you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you help others. It took me a long time to learn that, because I would always help that fellow man, put the mask on them first, then me. But in order to have the oxygen to help others, you have to have the oxygen yourself. Something I've had to learn many times.
What's been inspiring me too is Marilyn May. She's I don't know if you know Marilyn May, right? And she's just so amazing. And everybody, we've all been off this past year and a half, and she just did a show, and Nicholas was fortunate enough to see it in Florida, and she was just amazing. And
I saw her 3 times.
And how old is she, Nick?
93 last Saturday.
Okay, 93, and she's still going strong. And that's why, because sometimes I think what happens when you do for years, and I mean years, 2 shows a night, 6 days a week, 2 shows a night, 6 days a week, and after a while, you just like, like you don't have to worry. And I love coaching and let them worry about it. Going out with their throats. I don't have to worry about it. After a while you say, I can leave. But I'm getting that feeling that I want to get back out there a little bit. Where doesn't matter.
Yes.
What?
I have some ideas for you.
Oh, I know he does.
We'll talk.
Oh boy.
We'll talk.
So I'm starting to get the urge, and my husband is like 9,000 times for it, and would be like behind me so much, and he's so supportive, and he's a talent himself, and we have a lot of fun with him. He's from Hawaii, and he can really play the ukulele, and he's amazing, and he sings, and he coached Tom Selleck for the play with the ukulele.
Did he really?
We used him when he was in town.
Yeah,
in Chicago. So I think we used you guys a little bit. We used him for a little bit to teach us how to play the uke. And Tom's a large gentleman. Not because he's big, he's broad, and his fingers. He almost crushed the ukulele. Now I had to teach him how to be gentle with it.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
So
yeah.
for you, Nicholas, what are some of those continued blessings and joys in your life that foster this desire to continue to create for everybody?
well, I think it's inbred in us. I think there's certain people that just have it in them to create. And I have to give a lot of credit to my grandmother because that is a genetic thing. I mean, that woman cannot sit still if her life depended on it. She just goes, and I see where I get it from. I'm the exact same way. I feel this inner need to work. And I feel like that's why this year was so difficult, because it took away the opportunity that we all had to do what we were born to do, and when you can't do the thing that you feel like you were born to do, you feel useless in a way. And when you can't sing and you don't have an audience and you don't have an outlet, you go a little crazy. So I have to say, the virtual shows with Mike Renzi every Wednesday, we're doing a show this coming Wednesday night, actually, on my Instagram, if anyone wants to watch it. We do it every week. That's been keeping me going. But just this brand new record, has been so much fun to put together. We made a music video with Norm Lewis, and we're working on a brand new album. I'm going to Nashville on Thursday with the record label, Club 44 label, which is fantastic. And we're working on a new album. So I think, I heard the expression, he who rests, rusts. And I think that that's really true. You have to keep going. And in a time when Norm Lewis called it the pandemic, he called it a pandemic, and that's what we feel. We've been in this stifling mode, but you have to try to find a way to stay creative. And I was talking to someone the other day that it's traveling is really something that we take for granted. And when you travel, you're on an airplane, you're on a bus, you're on this, you're meeting people, you're problem solving, you're always problem solving. Your luggage is late, you got to catch a cab, you got to do a show, you got to meet a new bass player, you got to meet a new boss. You're always thinking new things. And during this quarantine, we've not been traveling. Yeah. So that whole motivation is just gone. So I think, I've been doing a lot of traveling over the quarantine. I was responsible. I know a lot of people gave me a lot of guff for it, but I got in my car. I did road trips. I traveled safely. I traveled responsibly. So I think that my recommendation to people who are trying to get some motivation is, if you feel safe and you've had the vaccination, live a little bit and enjoy it and try to live responsibly and get out of the house and go places and see people and meet new people and have new experiences. And I think that's what gets the juices flowing and gets those things really, on a roll.
That's so true.
That's why I can't wait to be with Patricia Fitzpatrick, who's an amazing lady that runs it.
Either.
Huh?
She doesn't stop either. That woman just
she's amazing, and she just had it all over Facebook. She just turned 80. You'd never know, and she is so full of life. And she's the one that puts this whole Provincetown cabaret fest together. She's brilliant.
Now, speaking of elderly people, I have to talk about someone who I see. I only calling her elderly because she tells me she's 1,000 years old. She's not. She's very young, but she pretends to be elderly. Is Nikki Nicholas, who just keeps popping her name up there.
Don't forget the lemon custard.
Oh, Nikki, there she is.
Don't forget the lemon custard.
The lemon custard.
But Nikki, again, is another person who is, the music runs through her body.
Yes.
She's a singer. Yeah. And she talk about, being stagnant. We were complaining about it yesterday, like, oh my gosh, we need an outlet. And Nikki's working on a show, but we all in the same boat. So whether it's Nikki or me or Angela or you or anybody, we're all trying to find ways to stay motivated and to get driven, and I think now with things reopening and with the Fauci ouchie, as we're calling it, the Fauci ouchie, prevalent here. Hopefully, we can live a little bit more and enjoy it and find new ways to be creative.
Do you guys plan to work together more, the two of you?
I hope so.
I always hope so. I mean, the thing is, we try not to overdo it because, like anything, you don't want anything to become old hat.
And it's more special when we do it, like occasionally.
We pick and choose. We don't just do it, because otherwise, we become, Donnie and Marie. So it's not what we're looking to do. So, we try to pick.
He's got his own career that, he's worked very hard to build himself. And if when the days do come and we get to do something together, it's very special.
And we will actually. Yeah. We have a couple projects, a couple irons in the fire for the summer and for the fall. So, it's been a while. The last time we did something together was about 3 years ago down in Florida with Legends.
That's right. That was great.
We give a little time to it. And hopefully now when we work out this brand new show, hopefully people will really enjoy it.
Can't wait.
What would be one thing that you'd like to say about your grandmother in terms of the relationship? Yeah. Well, you could say two if you want. In terms of how much she means to you.
Oh,
That's just the bottom line. She's my favorite singer. She's the first thing I ever remember hearing. This you have to remember. When mom and dad were working and my grandmother would babysit me. She didn't take me in a living room and bake apple pie. I mean, this woman put me in her back seat, took me on a gig with her. And so my earliest memories of life are watching this woman perform, on the bandstand and being in the audience and watching it and watching how she moved people, total strangers, grown men. She could just make grown men cry, these strong, manly men just sob, So these are my earliest memories. And oh my God, our grandmothers are all so important to us, but I think mine's a little extra different.
I'm not the typical nanny in the kitchen.
I wouldn't say so.
Well, but I do cook.
Do you have a specialty? Is there something that is your specialty?
It's called Sarah Lee. That's what it's called.
Yeah. It's called order and delivery.
No, I cook. When you come to the Wednesday nights, I cook. I've been cooking all my life.
Wasn't Wednesday Prince Spaghetti Day or
no, no, but that is so special, Nicholas. I mean, I drive him crazy because I love him so much. When I was babysitting him he was in the playpen, and that's where he was. Where all my students would come in the living room and I do lessons. So
I think we have those pictures. No. No. She didn't send the playpen pictures.
Oh, good.
Oh, I was cautious.
She was going to, but there wasn't enough time.
But he poor little boy. I'd have like maybe 10 students a day. And he'd be in that playpen and listening. And he heard that from when he was little.
You're in my nightmares.
The what?
They're in my nightmares to this day.
I know. Then
the title of the book, from the Playboy Mansion to the playpen.
Yeah, he had no choice, the poor little thing, but he loved it. But I have so many memories of him. I have a little story that I told, and maybe I should save it for the film, but it was the one that I quoted when I was in the film. But he was not even walking or talking. And his mom and dad were music lovers, and they always were playing great music. But it was a lot of swing and jazz and stuff. So he's this little boy sitting in his high chair eating Cheerios, and I walked in. You want me to cut it out?
No. I'm just.
Oh, so I because we had condos right next to each other, and so I walked in, and
look who's watching. Billy Gilman's watching.
Oh, yes, he is. Hi, honey.
Who's that?
Tune in. Proud of you both. What a journey. The music never ends.
The music never ends.
Welcome, Billy, to the Jim Master Show Live. It's awesome to have you here.
So anyway, I was saying about when he goes in the he's sitting in the high chair and he's eating his Cheerios, and they're playing, I don't know who, I forget, it was probably not Sinatra, but some jazz singer. And he was
Tower, whatever.
Something, but he's literally, Jim, snapping in time. And he couldn't even walk or talk. And I screamed, "Oh my God, he's snapping in time." And it was in time. There was no, and I knew then, I said, this kid's got something special, I'll tell you. I knew it. I mean, I go off the beat, don't I, Nick? What am I on the, when I snap?
No. You don't. You have impeccable timing. What you do is you clap on the 1 and 3, which is
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the 1 and 3.
Cardinal sin. I think I found a shirt one time that said, "Friends don't let friends clap on the 1 and 3." And Lord knows, whenever I see her doing it, I go, I make her clap on the 2 and on the 4.
Yeah.
You know who does not clap on the 1 and 3? Liza.
Liza.
Clap on the 1 and 3. That's
Liza does not clap on the 1 and 3.
Well, Jim,
wear this shirt tonight. I don't know when I'm ever going to wear this shirt again.
Well, Jim, this has been so great. I mean, we're going overtime here, I guess, but we just. Oh
no, the freestyling. No worries. You guys are great. It has been a pleasure. Absolutely.
It really has. I have to say, and I can't thank Tess enough for recommending this. And she is just a special lady, and I just love her, and I thank her for this because I said, okay, well, what am I going to talk about? I've had problems, haven't I?
I wonder what you could talk about.
Well, I hope that the show met whatever expectations you guys had of it.
It's been great.
Yeah.
It's been great. It really has.
And that you enjoyed the time with me as much as I certainly have with the two of you.
And I enjoy that shirt.
Thank you very much.
Double whammy.
Double whammy. And of course, George Burns was with us tonight and he loved it.
That's scary.
I love that.
Did you ever work with or meet him, Angela?
No.
Yeah.
Never had the pleasure.
You toured with Henny Youngman for a long time.
With who?
Henny Youngman?
Oh, yes. Henny Youngman. I
Take
did.
my wife, please.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Him.
He built that.
I did a nice little tour with him, and I had to walk him on the stage and put him on the stool after I would open up.
Don't talk about Henny Youngman's stool. Not on the air. Come on.
Then when they'd introduce
In
him,
case you're just joining us, folks.
And I'd sit him down because he was getting quite old and he was afraid to walk alone. Then I had to wait till he was done and go back out and walk him back out. I have a lot.
Well, folks, if you take anything away from this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, it is basically what Nikki had said. Don't forget the lemon custard.
We love you, Nikki.
That is the bottom. She has the priorities down.
What she just said? Did you hear what she just said? Say it again, Angela. What'd you just say?
Love you, Nikki.
Okay, so there we go. That's it.
And Wozniak in Florida says this has been such an amazing evening. Thank you both for making my heart smile. Thank you for tuning in. One of our regular Lovity viewers here on JMS Live.
Lovity.
Wozniak, the Lovities, yeah. Juanita in South Africa, where it's already tomorrow, and she's always here. This was an amazing show. Thank you, Angela and Nicholas, for spending time with us and sharing your great stories and music. Much fun. Kathy Short in Cleveland, Ohio. This has been an amazing evening. Thank you. Christine in North Carolina says, Angela and Nicholas, what not to love with you two? You're both so talented, big-hearted. This humor nice. Stories have been the best. We appreciate that. Amy says, so much fun. Great show, Jim. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. We loved it. And of course, Billy was here, and good to have Billy with us as well. And Nikki had said earlier, hey there, guys, I just figured out how to do this. Loving the interview. XOXO.
Now, I was with Nikki last night and with our friend Geraldine, and we saw Billy Stritch play at the West Bank Cafe. And the three of us had more fun, I'll tell you.
Sure.
It was so nice to feel a little semblance of normalcy coming back.
I hope that we get a chance to get together in person, too, and break bread. That would be a real pleasure.
That would be nice.
Where do you want to go?
Yes, that's right. Where shall we go?
Why don't we all go surprise Angela when she's doing her masterclass or concert in Provincetown? We'll all go and we'll all hang out with her. Does that sound?
So Masters will be watching the master class.
Let's do it, everybody. Let's all go. That'll be so much fun.
Jim Masters will be watching the master
class. Tess LaBella says, thank you, Jim, so much for this.
Thank you, Tess.
I love Tess. Absolutely.
I missed you and I missed your cookies.
Yeah. Christine says, sung from the heart when you were singing with that little clip. Definitely a great lovity. So you guys are definitely now lovities. That is.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Jim.
Tess,
Thank you,
Jim Masters, you're the best host ever. Thank you very much. Could we print that one out and put it on Highway Billboards, gang? I figured out how to print those comments out like that. Janet McClure says, loved it. Thank you very much, Janet. Maureen in Arizona seems I missed a lot of fun tonight. Coming in 30 minutes ago, going to watch right after this wraps. Perfect. You can see it in the archives at Jim Masters TV, all 400 episodes. Christine says Angela and Nicholas have now become double lovities with all of their love and talent. They share their gifts. Absolutely.
That's so nice.
How much do you pay these people to say all these nice things?
Yeah. Zero.
Comment, or do you pay by the letter? I want to know what you do to them.
We provide the entertainment and joy in their lives daily.
What are they on? But you guys are very sweet, everyone. Thank you.
It's all lovity. Yeah, it's the atmosphere, and we toast you guys too. We toast both.
Thank you.
I don't have
I'm so glad I switched from my laptop to my phone.
Yes, that was quick thinking.
Because I was texting Billy while you guys were talking. I'm going, what do I do? He goes, go on your phone.
So you guys were texting each other?
Me and Billy were when I was having trouble with.
So he was helping you. Oh, that's
Yeah, he helped me.
fantastic.
I said, I can't. And he said, just go on your phone.
Amy
that's
says,
nice.
Lovity DNA. That's what we have here on the show. Lovity DNA. You got it, Amy. And
Aw.
Kathleen in New York City says, stay safe, be well. Both so talented. Tess says, thank you, Angela and Nicholas. I will send the cookies. Love you both.
Oh, I'm
Both
waiting.
amazing. Thanks for laughing memories.
Oh,
Yes.
Nicholas.
All right.
love
So we can't.
As Liza.
I love that shirt.
This episode sponsored by Liza Minnelli. Maybe we can high five since we can't touch each other yet. Maybe we can do a high five. There we
I
go.
love you guys.
Love you back. Love you back. Maureen says, Lovity is priceless, but given freely. You got it. And Juanita in South Africa says, Jim pays us with Lovity currency. Beautifully
Aw.
said, Juanita. Love that. You guys are the best. It was really a
Thank
hoot.
you, Jim.
Pleasure.
Thank you so
So
much.
nice to see you. Thank you.
You
so much.
too.
I just hit this button that says leave.
I'll take you out so it'll be smoother.
right.
So don't worry. I'll
Nicholas.
sort of so it doesn't. You didn't just
How
go.
do I exit this?
It's like,
I'm
"Come on."
waiting.
I hope we get together soon. Hope you guys had a good time, and
A
it was really a pleasure. Spread the word about our show, and
We will.
we'll continue to tell everybody about all the cool things you guys are doing. And you're welcome back anytime. We'll keep the porch light on for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you back.
Farewell.
Bye.
All right.
So glad
Take-
we had time together.
Yes, that's right. Take care, guys. And lovity from Tess. We love our Jim. Amy, thank you. Good stuff, gang. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for joining us. It was a
Bye.
pleasure. Bye-bye.
Are we
Bye-bye.
off?
Nick is gone, but I just wanted to thank you too, Angela. This was terrific.
Aw.
You and I were working on putting this together, and it was really
Yeah,
awesome.
I had gotten so sick with the stupid stomach virus, and
You were
and
ill a
I-
little bit earlier, right? Right.
yeah, and then I thought, oh no, not again. Then as the day went on, I was starting to feel a little better, and so I said, oh, I got to do this. I couldn't
And would
wait.
you believe we chatted for 2 hours?
No,
It does-
I
it-
just
it
looked up
doesn't
and
s-
saw it in here.
Yeah. Everybody, all the guests say it never feels like that. It doesn't feel
No,
like
it didn't.
it was just, we try to make it warm and friendly and fun and
Yep.
conversational,
Yes.
Yeah.
I,
So
I know Tess is going to call me now in a few minutes. She's so
we do
funny.
love you, Mr. Lovely. Thank you very much. And this was awesome, Angela. I'm glad that you were able to hop on. And
Yes,
Nicholas was
Thank
able
you
to-
so much.
And we'll have you guys back. And again, I hope
Oh.
we do get
This is
together.
you like my cup? Wait a minute.
Well, let's see that.
Let me see. If I can. Whoop. Right. There it is. That's me and
Very
my.
nice.
That's me and my husband in Hawaii.
Beautiful. Is there anything in that cup?
Yeah, it was tea that I had made, and then I had put the phone against it, so I couldn't finish it.
Oh, so the cup was holding up the phone?
I didn't know I was doing it so fast because I text Billy. I went, Billy, my laptop stinks. It's all delayed. He goes, well, use the phone. I went, oh, okay.
If people only know what we go through to
I know.
provide this entertainment and pleasure, not just online, but in the real world, on stage and television,
right?
radio. It's amazing, really is.
Oh,
Angela,
geez.
this was a pleasure, and hopefully we will get together at
I'm
some point
sure we
soon.
will.
Dinner in Federal Hill, wherever it may be, New York. And
Yeah.
you have a wonderful night. You stay safe. You stay
All right,
healthy.
Jim.
And we will see you again soon, okay?
You're everything Tess said you are, and more.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Okay. All
Have a
right.
good night.
Now do I press leave?
I'll press exit, and then you could press leave, and you're good.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Ciao.
There we go. And now you could press exit. There. Psh, she's gone. It's funny how it works, isn't it? If you missed any of the episodes, including anything about this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live, you can see all of them 24/7 on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. And again, we would love it, love it, love it if you subscribe to the channel. A lot of people are. And again, we've been doing this, as I said, this is an extension of my professional work in television and radio and stage. We created the show about a year ago. We've done over 400 plus episodes live, 7 days a week. Sometimes we do 2 shows a day. And it's just amazing with guests from all around the world, from from all different backgrounds, inspiring conversations, obviously lots of levity, and good times. And you never know what happens on JMS Live. Anything can happen. And I think that's what makes it cool and fun, special, and quite unique. And having all of you watching and tuning in and sharing and tagging and spreading the word is the best as well. Continue to do that. We love when you guys do that. Mary Bishop says, that was so much fun. Thank you, Angela and Nicholas. Take care. Thank you, Mary. Christine Clifton. Are we off? Oh, the fun continues. The show is truly the best. Don't you love that? Are we off? No, we're still on. So don't say anything. Christine, good to see you, and Kathleen. There are a lot of fun. Always a great show. Love being here. We love when you're here as well. Kathleen in New York City. And Amy, thank you very much. I appreciate that as well. We love you guys back. Tess, you got it. Lovity, lovity, lovity. A word that I just happened to say by accident in the summertime when I was saying light, love, and levity too fast. I said levity, and it has stuck, and it's sort of branded with our show, and we love that. You guys are the best. And how cool to have Billy Gilman joining us. Billy, thanks for joining us as well. I hope you'll watch more often, and you're always welcome to join us as a guest on the Jim Masters Show Live as well. This was a fun show. Thanks, Jim. Love the stories and humor. Absolutely, Juanita. Thanks for tuning in and joining us all the way there in South Africa, and joining us as often as you do. Gang, don't forget to smile. We always say that. Don't forget to share the lovity. Don't forget to find your Zen place. Of course, mine is with loving family and friends. The ocean, being here on the East Coast in the Northeast, just blocks away from the ocean. That is a Zen place for me. Also working in television and radio throughout the years, and stage, my work on air, on camera, behind the scenes, the whole bit. I've always loved it. Always do what you love what you do. And all the blessings will follow as a result of you doing what you love and loving what you do. The Jim Masters Show Live can be seen 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 days a week. Sometimes we do multiple shows as well. If you missed an episode, you can find it right here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the amazing content as well. I want to show you some of the amazing people that are coming up this week for you on the Jim Masters Show Live. We have playwright and actor Grant McDermott. He is joining us tomorrow live on the Jim Masters Show Live. That's right. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Looking forward to having Grant on the show. And then Lindsey Jones is going to be joining us as well. He is a Grammy award-winning composer. Very excited to have him here on the show on Tuesday. On Wednesday. No, that's actually on Wednesday. Today is Monday, right? I tell you, with the pandemic and everything, you sort of lose track. Grant is with us tomorrow on Tuesday. Lindsey is with us on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, Michael Lee is with us. Renowned mentalist, magician, and escape artist. Michael Lee is going to be with us on Thursday. Then award-winning author Calvin Fisher is going to be with us on Friday. Next weekend, the High Kings, live from Ireland, are going to be with us as well. We're looking forward to that. And Patrick McEnroe is going to be with us in coming weeks, in about a week or so. Brother of John McEnroe. He's a wonderful tennis star himself, Patrick, and a correspondent for ESPN. He's joining us in a couple of weeks. We're talking tennis and so much more. Nathan Pacheco, dear friend, wonderful singer, songwriter extraordinaire, had a public television special. That's actually where we met when I interviewed him on PBS. He's going to be joining us. Lisa Kelly, who was originally with Celtic Woman, another longtime dear friend, interviewed her multiple times on PBS. We stayed friends. She's with us. And that's going to be in just a couple of weeks as well. And Ryan Kelly was with us last weekend, actually yesterday, Sunday. And that was a blast as well. If you missed that episode, you can see that and all the episodes here on the show. Good night to you, Juanita and Kathleen. Good night to you as well. Have a great night. Lovely hugs. Mary Bishop, good night to you as well. Christine Clifton says thank you. Jim and you and Angela and Nicholas for great medicine tonight. Brought us smiles and fantastic entertainment. Thank you very much, Christine. And thank you, Jim, for such a fun and entertaining evening. What a wonderful way to start the week. Good night, everyone. And you as well, Anne. Juanita says, this was a fun show. Thanks, Jim. Love their stories and humor. We had a barrel of laughs. That was a lot of levity, wasn't it? Are we still on? That was funny. And some of the stories that Angela told were a real hoot as well. All right, gang. Love you guys all. And from everywhere you're watching. And thanks for being with us. Don't forget, of course, we always say to relax. You know, they talked about Newport, Rhode Island. That's where we actually got this. We were on a family vacation in Newport. And we always say on the show, don't forget to relax. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to love one another. That's right. Don't forget to love one another. And everybody here on the Jim Master Show Live, you're all welcome, regardless of your height, your weight, your eye color, your income, your political views, your background. It doesn't matter. Everybody is welcome. Your zip code doesn't matter. Everybody's welcome on the Jim Master Show Live. Marty Thompson says, love it, love it, love it. Good to see you, Marty, as well. And you have a good night. And Kathy Short, good night, Jim. Wonderful show as always. Thank you, Kathy in Cleveland. We love you guys all. A real pleasure. We'll be back tomorrow with playwright and incredible actor, Grant McDermott. He'll be with us tomorrow. We're going to have a good time tomorrow on the Jim Masters Show Live. Again, don't forget to, if you haven't already, and if you have, we thank you so very, very much, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And of course, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the amazing content. All there for you 24/7. At Jim Masters TV. For all of us here, this is your host, Jim Masters. Thank you for your time this time. Till next time, back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. You have a good night. Stay healthy. Be well. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.